Hi everybody, it's Tina. Welcome to my video today, you guys. I just want to make sure that you guys are getting on here. I'm muting my computer so that it doesn't make a bunch of noise. And I'm so happy to be here today, you guys. Wednesday. Did anybody else have a super fun time on Wednesday when Facebook crashed? And I don't know that it crashed, but you know, it wasn't working, and I kept trying to go live and I kept trying to go live, and then I was like, what is the deal? So there was no live video on Wednesday because I couldn't get on Facebook. So let me show you guys a couple things while we before we jump in. So on Wednesday, I had a video up on my website, or maybe it wasn't Wednesday. Was it Wednesday? I don't know. It was this week. I think it was Wednesday. I had a video up where I made these cards. These are really, really fun cards, and I used the this dog builder punch. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Marty. And I used the stamp set that coordinates with that, and I created these. These came out really, really cute. I like them. I did a black and red color combo, and they turned out perfect. I'm not a huge animal person. We don't have a dog. We don't have, you know, animals. But this set is really cute, and I was nervous getting it. I thought it might be difficult to use, or just because I'm not like that into animals, but it ended up being really fun to use, and I really loved it. And I feel like these cards would be great for anybody, right? So I have these, and then so those, I did a whole blog post and a video on these on Wednesday. So if you want to check out my website, you can check out these cards. They were posted on Wednesday, so I wanted to share that with you guys since I didn't get to share with you guys when that post went up. And then I just want to remind you guys that I have this card kit that is free when you place an order with me. A $50 order or more. You can just get any product that you want. You'll need the Hedgehog stamp set in order to complete the cards because nothing is stamped with these card kits. But you get a card kit where you can make one of each of these cards. You get envelopes to go with it. And then you also get an exclusive video and a PDF on how to make these. And the really fun part is your card kit is going to include this exclusive designer paper, which you can get for free right now with celebrations. So you'll get all the pieces to make these cards, and it's really fun because that's exclusive paper. And then today, I want you guys to remember to leave a comment and share this video because I'm giving away a stamp set. So if you're watching this on YouTube, this stamp set will already be gone. I will have already given it away because YouTube folks won't see this for a couple weeks. But if you're on Facebook Live here, you can comment and share the video, and you'll be entered to win. And then I will pick somebody for this stamp set probably on Sunday. And then we have live videos all next week, okay? And then I also am going to try to do some different things with my video setup, so it will be fun next week to see how that turns out. So make sure you comment so I know who you are, and then share the video, and you'll be entered to win. So I want to show you one of the things that I did this week that I love to organize. It's one of my favorite things to do, and I'm getting ready to share a updated view of my craft space of my studio here. That'll be coming up in the next couple months. And so I've been doing some just organizing of some things, and I finally got so tired of my... So how I have my blends is I just have them in these old Project Life boxes. So this is the Project Life by Stampin' Up! Boxes, and we used to sell this product, and we don't anymore, but I have a ton of these boxes laying around, and they're great for different storage purposes. I have one here that I cut the top off And I just covered it in the paper that I use to decorate my studio with. And it's cut. Oh goodness, look what I did. It's cut. You can see the end is cut off. And what I do is I just have all this white cardstock sitting here. I think I'm off camera a little bit. Sitting here in this one, and then I can just grab pieces of Whisper White cardstock if I'm doing a quick stamping, if I need to do a die cut really quick. I don't have to get into my, or even like a layer, I don't have to get into my cardstock. So that's what these boxes are, and they just sit, these boxes sit right in front of me on my shelf, right above my ink pads, and they sit just like this, right? So what I did is I got so tired of them kind of being unorganized, like they were just stuck up there, and I thought, well, how can I organize them in a better way? So I have, this is actually going to be a free giveaway for you guys if you're interested. So what I did, the first thing I did is I took some labels. So this is the Avery label, and it's it's 8167, and I use these labels for everything in my craft room. So I do have a label maker, but I don't use it because it's really expensive to get the refill tape. So I only use it on very specific items. What I do is I just go to avery.com and I use labels, and these are the labels that I use to label everything. It's how my cardstock is labeled. It's how my dies are labeled. So if you see right here, it's how I label the top of my dies. It's super simple, and the program is free, and then the labels are really inexpensive. So what I did is I did up a sheet for all of the blends, and I have this as a download so that you can get this as a download, and then you just have to get the proper Avery labels, and then you can print this and you can do exactly what I've done. So what I did is I did the name of I did all of our colors. So this is neutrals, this is brights, subtles, and regals, and then there was enough to do it to do a dark and a light one for the whole set, if that makes sense. Okay, so then what I did is in this box, these are my subtles and my in colors, and you can already tell by looking at my blends that they're prettier, right? Because they're like grouped together. So this is in colors and subtles, this is brights and regals, and then this is neutrals. Okay, and then I have room to grow if we come out with more colors. Some of these colors will be retiring, so I'll have to get rid of them, but already they look so much nicer when they're all lined up in front of me. I can tell immediately where I need to grab, like depending on the project that I'm doing, I can tell immediately where I need to grab my blends from. Okay, because of the way that they're organized. So the neutrals also have my bronze, my color lifter, and my ivory marker, and that's the box that has, you know, not as many, which is totally fine. It doesn't bother me. Like I said, there's room to grow. And then I also have like the old olive set. I have like 2 sets of that because I had to replace one of them, and I always just get the combo pack. There's no reason to just get one. I just get the combo pack, and then I have it. And then the other thing that I did is I labeled these. So you can see that it says right here on the edge, you know, light, soft seafoam. But it's so hard to see that, especially when I'm just grabbing it to color. And so what I did is now I have this label on here, which is why I made these. So I have this label on here now that is a lot bigger, and I can see right away. So now when I'm grabbing my markers, not only are they organized in the boxes a little bit better, so I can tell, and I'll take a photo and post how this looks in front of me a little bit later. But now also when I grab them, I can see clearly what color they are. And when they're laying, like right now I have these laying on the desk because I have a project to do with them. And you can see, like, I can clearly see like what I have and what I'm using. So I wanted to share that with you guys just because I'm kind of going through this phase right now where I'm just in this place where I'm cleaning and I'm organizing and I'm wanting to just have things that make sense, and I'm getting rid of things. And so I just like to share that with you guys. And oh no, is there a wrong marker, or is there a wrong? Uh-oh. Where did that one go? Light, call me Clover. Light, mint macaroon. Do I have the wrong? This says dark sea foam. Oh my gosh, you're right. We don't have a So Saffron. Good catch. Oh, so this isn't going to come off. So I'm just going to put the correct one over it. Let's see. That would be and Settles. It's because they're right next to each other. So I want light, soft seafoam. Good catch. Thanks. How funny that that just happens to be the one that I pulled out. Okay, perfect. So I'll have this, I'll link this for you guys because I have it, and it does not have the end colors. So what I had to do is, this one has the end colors, but the one that I have for you guys looks like this. And it does not have the end colors, but I'll get one that does have the end colors. It just so happens that our color families fit perfect on here without the end colors. And this one you can see, this one doesn't have light or dark anything because I wanted to print, I printed some extra for me that were just our color family so that I could use it for other things in my craft room. I like things to be labeled, and I like things to all match and look the same, you know. So that, I'll have this for you guys afterwards, and I'll have a PDF for our project today, of course. I just haven't got that done yet. And we're going to do something that I rarely do, and we're going to use the bag punch board, and I'm hoping I'm going to do this right the first time. I was very confident on Wednesday when I was getting ready to do this project because I had just done it. But now it's been 2 full days since I did the project, and I am hoping that I remember how to do it. So the other things that we're going to use are, we're going to use the Tea Together stamp set, and then we're going to use the framelits. And these framelits are a celebration item. You can get them for free. When you place a $100 order, you can choose these framelits as the item to get. The other thing that we're going to do is we are going to use the Butterfly Botanical designer paper, and of course I'm just using the black and white side, so I'm not using the colorful side, but you totally could. This bag would be super cute using the colorful side as well. So let's get started. This is the gift punch board, and I'm not good with these things, you guys. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm not good at understanding how these things work. I'm such a visual person that these directions are really hard for me to follow. Not that they're not, I mean, they're clear, but I'm always like, I'll start to do something and I'll be like, this doesn't seem right. Am I doing it right? And then I end up messing it up. So what I have to do is I have to watch a video, and then once I've watched a video, I can pretty much do it. Let me just make sure that I'm not missing any comments here. Okay, so what I have here is I have a piece of the designer paper, and this is cut at 6 inches by 10 inches. Okay, so it says right here 10 inches. So you can do a small, a medium, or a large. So the thing that I didn't get about this, which I guess maybe it just depends on how tall you want the bag. The thing I didn't get about this is I did the 10 inches, but then I didn't know how wide to make it. Because if you want a medium bag, then you do 11 inch. And then if you want a large bag, you do a 12 inch. And then maybe it was supposed to be 4 inches. I don't know. So the video I watched, the gal did 6 inches. Okay, so I was like, okay, 6 inches. So that's, see, that's one of the problems that I have with doing stuff like this, is sometimes I don't understand. So this is 10 inches by 6 inches, which does make it perfect because your cardstock is 12 by 12. So if you cut that in 6 inches, you're going to be able to get 2 bags out of it, if that makes sense. So you're going to look at your punch board this way. here is a line right here, and this is where you're going to start. So you push it all the way in, and the paper goes all the way up to this piece right here. So it kind of slides in there. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to punch that, and then let me remember here. So then you're going to score it here. So there's a horizontal line. You're going to score here, and then we're going to make the small bag. So I'm going to score on the small line. Okay, now I'm going to try to explain this the way my brain works and the way I finally figured out kind of how to do this. Okay, so this is the side. We just did a, like if you're looking at the bag, if you're looking straight onto it, like this would be the front. So then what you have to do is where this score line is, you're going to move that score line all the way down to where this line is right here. And there's a little tab right here. And you line that up. Now this is going to be the side of the bag, okay? So you have the front of the bag. You're going to punch. Start out by punching. Don't forget to punch. And then now we're working on this side of the bag. So we're going to do that horizontal line again. And then we're going to do this triangle here, because remember, this is the side. So for me, if I can keep in my mind which piece I'm working on, it is easier for me to keep straight where I need to score, basically. So because this is the side, okay, we're going to score on the line that says side. Then we're going to bring our score line all the way over. Now this is going to be the back of the bag, so we don't need to use the triangle. We need to use the horizontal. We need to punch. And then we need to do small, because now we're working on the back of the bag. So we're going to do the small score line again. So far, making sense? So then we're going to slide over our score line all the way to this piece. We're going to punch again, and now we need another side, right? So now we need the next side of the bag. So we need the triangle. Oh, and I got to go back because I missed doing something, I think. Yep, I sure did. So we do the triangle, and then we do the side, because we're working on a side. And the thing that I forgot to do last time is I forgot to score right here. So that's okay, because we can just slide back over and line this back up and then score. Okay, and then I also forgot to, so then I'm going to slide all the way over my very last line here. And I'm just going to punch because I forgot to punch. Okay, so then you get this really funny looking thing here. Okay, so the next, we got to use this one more time, and this is the part I got to remember. So this piece, and I got to give you guys measurements because I don't remember. Let's see, where is my ruler? Is it not on here? Okay, I'll use my big one. Okay, so this piece is going to be 2 inches, and then it's going to be 6 inches, but it doesn't matter because we're going to cut a bunch of it off. So it doesn't even really need to be a full 6 inches, but it needs to be 2 inches, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to start here. So on this line, we're going to slide this all the way in. We're going to start here, and we're going to punch. And we're going to do the small and the horizontal. Okay. Then we're going to slide this score line, which it's really hard to see it, even for me. So I'm sure it's hard to see it for you guys. Slide that over, and all you have to do is punch. And that's all we want. So really, you just need probably even a 3-inch piece, okay? So let me know if you have any questions, because I know this is not a normal project for me, and I struggled a little bit with it in the beginning. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take our snips, we're going to snip this piece off because we don't need it. So I just did that at an angle. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fold on all of our lines. This is designer paper, so it's a little bit thinner than cardstock. So if you were using cardstock, then you would definitely want to get that bone folder and make sure all of these are have really good creases. But with it being designer paper, you're probably not going to have a problem. Okay, so then we're going to fold, and on your side where that fold doesn't go all the way up, it goes all the way up to the triangle. Just be careful and go ahead and fold that in. So see how simple that was? Even though like I panic and I feel like it's going to be really difficult, it ends up being really, really easy. So basically, here's what our bag is going to look like. This is going to be the start of our bag. Everybody see that? So now, for your sides, you're going to fold the, fold in. So instead of folding out, you're going to fold in. And then you're going to fold these triangles. And you can just pinch them together. And it works pretty well. And then fold that in. And the punch board, or the bag punch, gift bag punch board, it's not that expensive. It's $20. I picked it up last year. I think it was like a good year ago I picked it up, and I've been too scared to use it. But I had this idea for this, and I had to try it. And I was very pleasantly surprised that it's not that difficult. So now what I want to go ahead and do is I want to use score tape, because I want to make sure that this is put together really well and it's not going to just fall apart, okay? So what I want to do is it's always best to, like, exactly how they say cut, like measure twice, cut once. You're going to check where you want your adhesive twice. And then you're only going to put your adhesive down once, okay? So the first thing I want to do is I want to make sure that this flap right here is the flap that's going to hold the bag together. The very first time I made this, I cut this piece off thinking I didn't need it. And what that did is it made there so there was a gap in the side of the bag. So I was like, oh, that's a problem. Don't do that again. And I had to make another one. So I'm going to put score tape here. And score tape is just a very, very aggressive adhesive. Okay, so we're going to have our score tape there. And then I'm going to figure out how I want the flaps, okay? So I'm probably going to want my flaps like this. Or maybe even like this. So this one's like this. I think that probably looks better. So I know I can put my adhesive here. Makes sense, you guys? It is really, it's much easier than I originally thought. Okay, so then I'm also going to put a bit of adhesive here, and I might need a little bit more, okay? So now what we're going to do is peel off the score tape pieces, and the rest of this project is going to go by really quick. And kind of once you get the hang of the bag, of the little gift bag, you could do a lot of these. Okay, so then we'll do this one. And it probably is best if you pull all of this off and not try to do it when your bag, when you're trying to close up your bag. Okay, and then let's do this one. I feel like I may have to add a little bit more adhesive on this side. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to close this side up. And I'm just, because I'm crazy, I just want to make sure my designs line up. Those diagonal lines line up, okay? So then there's going to be these two pieces, and with the piece that I have a lot of adhesive on, I'm going to close that first. And then we can close the other piece. And then what I'll do is I'll set that down, and I'll just take this bone folder okay, so it's pretty good in there, right? So now the bag is going to close like this. So how cute is this already? So up top here on the punch board, you can push this in here and it will punch a hole in it so you can put ribbon through it. I don't want to put ribbon through this bag right here. I just don't, because we're going to make a flap. So that's why we have this piece right here, because we're going to make a flap to close this bag. So remember I said you don't need this whole piece. You really only need like a 3-inch piece. So what we're going to do is, remember we scored it horizontal. So I'm going to go ahead and fold that here and get a good crease. And then really what I'm going to do is I'm just going to snip this piece off. So, and I'm just lining it up with my designer paper, okay? So now this is going to create a flap. So again, I'm going to use score tape because I don't want this to come off. I want a really aggressive adhesive, and especially if it's being opened and closed, that flap is going to be really important. So I'm going to go ahead and do 2 pieces of score tape. And this is going to be the easiest flap you've ever seen, okay? This bag looks way more complicated than it is, I promise. The punch board makes it super simple. And then how beautiful is this designer paper? This is some of my favorite, especially this piece. You know, this is the same piece I used to do these cards, is this designer paper, which it just looks beautiful with so many different color combos. So today we're going to be using Bermuda Bay because I am in need of a Bermuda Bay fix. Okay, so here's our bag, which is super cute. So this is the small one. So if you made a medium or a larger one, they would be bigger than this. And what we're going to do is we're going to attach this flap. So we're just going to take the bag and we're just going to choose which side is going to be the back. We're going to line this scored piece up here and press this down. Open this up and just press. I just really want to make sure the adhesive is sticking. So just use that bone folder and then look at this flap. Look at how cute this is, you guys. And we're not even done yet. It's going to get cuter. Okay? So let me know if you have any questions about the bag. Because that's, even though it's really easy, I know it can feel kind of daunting to use a tool like this that looks really scary. But do you see how quick that came together? So now what you could do is you could put, you could do the holes through here and you could add ribbon. That would be really cute as well. You could do some Velcro on here so it stayed closed like this. Or we're going to do something fun with it. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we are going to use the Tea Time stamp. And what I did is I stamped the teapot in Bermuda Bay. And remember how I did this card, you guys? So I did the coloring the exact same. I stamped it on Whisper White with Bermuda Bay. Then I colored it with my blend marker for my Bermuda Bay. And I have to say that I really like the way this came out with the, what did I use? Flirty Flamingo. I like the way this came out better than the way the Bermuda Bay. I feel like the Bermuda Bay, even the light marker, ended up being really dark. And you can see, like, because I didn't want to blend it, I just wanted it to be really simple. It ended up not, I feel like it didn't look as good as what I'm trying to say. So what I want to do is I want to attach this here, and I want the teapot to hold down the flap, okay? So we did that, and I already colored it because it was kind of time consuming. So the other thing that I did is out of this stamp set, I did this flower, okay? And I have them here. I did 2 of them. But what I want to do is I want to show you the coloring on here. So we're going to do a little coloring, and it's going to be really quick. So what I did is I did this is what prompted me to organize my blends the way I showed you at the beginning of the video. So I have my light and my dark. And the thing about my light paper pumpkin, I just put this on an order that I'm going to place at the end of the month, is my tip for this, it's really tore up. It's really frayed. And so it's hard to color this really, really intricately, but I'm going to show you what I did. So the first thing I did is I just came in here with my light paper pumpkin, and you can see I'm just kind of bouncing this color into the middle of these petals. So this time I'm starting with light, and then I'm going to go in with dark. And because the tip of my marker is really frayed, I've used it a lot, and I need to replace it, I'm not going to the edge. Okay, so you can see how I didn't go to the edge. Do you guys need to be closer? I kind of changed my camera, the way I do my camera here. Sorry guys, it's going to shake a lot for 1 minute. Oh no, it came right out of my... Oh no. Sorry guys. I want to try to get you a little closer. And I changed around how I film. And so it's a little harder to get you guys closer on a whim. Okay. So, and if you're just tuning in, if you missed it, I have the sticker sheet for these, and I am going to upload the PDF, and then all you have to do is get the Avery Index tab, which is 8167, and then you can have these and print them out. And you could even if you didn't have the Avery Index, if you just print the PDF, you could cut these out and just add like tape to these if you didn't have that specific Avery Index tab. Okay, so now that I've done this with my light, I'm going to go in with my dark. And now with my dark, I'm going to get really close to the edge. Just where there's the outside, like right close to the outside, because my light, I can't really get in next to the edge with my light marker because it's so frayed. So I didn't realize, that's the other thing I did when I organized my blends, is I tested them all to make sure that they were all still had enough ink. And then I also looked at if my tips were frayed, and then I placed them, I already put them on an order that I'm going to close out at the end of the month. And then that way, if I need to replace any of them, because sometimes it's hard, you're doing a project and you use it and then you forget, right? Okay, so now we have the dark in there. So now what I can do is, even with this frayed marker, we can go in and I'm going to pull the dark, and I'm just pulling it out. And remember, these bleed. I probably should have some paper underneath this, but I don't. But remember, these are going to bleed. Okay? So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to let that dry for a few minutes, like for a few seconds. We're just going to let it dry for a minute. And then anywhere where I feel like there's a harsh line where it didn't blend, I'm going to go right in there with the light. I'm still using the light and kind of pull that out. Okay? So for the leaf, all I did was use my old olive, and I didn't even do any kind of blending. Hey, Sarah. Hey, Iona. I just really lightly, just with a light hand, colored this. Okay, so that's how I got both of my pieces here. And I used the coordinating framelits to cut these out. And then I have my tea pot here. So what we need to do is we need to put this on some dimensional adhesive. And I think I'm going to be able to use one of my pieces of dimension, my fun foam that I just make with our double-sided adhesive sheets. And I'll put one here and here. So I think that'll be good. These I'm going to give to the ladies in the office today that work at my kids' school. I'm going to just fill it with chocolate, and I'll show you how I do that. And I'm just going to give it to them as a little gift. So we have spring break, so we're out of school all next week, and I just want to give them a little something. Okay, so now I need my adhesive here. And now we're going to put this on our bag. So we're going to close the bag. And what I want is it to just tuck underneath there. So I'll center that the best I can. I feel like it probably should go up a little higher. Okay, so now let's open this, and then again, we'll just take our bone folder and make sure that that is sticking. And then you can see that the flap is going to go right under the teapot, like that. And then let's add our little yellow flowers. So we'll add one of our yellow flowers. We will add just a little bit of adhesive, and we'll stick it right here on the edge. And then this one I want to pop up. So we'll put a dimensional on here. So how cute is this? Okay, so we'll put our flower right there. And then of course you guys know I have to use a little tiny bit of bling. So let's grab some of these larger rhinestones. And we'll stick those right in the middle. Now for these flowers here, what I did is I just took my Winka Stella and I went over the flowers with the Winka Stella. And you can see it gives it some glitter. I've been using this Winka Stella like crazy. You guys are probably tired of seeing it, but it just is too cute. Okay, so let me show you the chocolate I'm going to put in here. Okay, so these are fun. And here's the first one I made. And you can see I put, well, I guess it's about the same. I feel like the teapot is really high up on here, and I was trying to figure out how to put a sentiment, but I just, originally I was going to use this die, or this punch, but it's too big. It doesn't look right. So I scratched that idea, okay? But so here's the two of them, and I want to be able to put these, put some chocolate in here. And you can see, look, I have some in here. I'll keep these three because y'all know I need a little bit of chocolate going into spring break here. So these were some of the little treats I wrapped for a Valentine's Day project. You guys see that? So I'll keep those. So then the rest of them, okay, I'm gonna do 6 in each. Yeah, that's good. And then I'll keep the rest for me. Maybe I'll make another project. Okay, so we'll just tuck these under, and then I can just give these to the gals and say, hope you have a great spring break. This one you can see I put Winka Stella on, which maybe I should do that one for this one. I mean, it's super easy to do so. My Winka Stella, I've been using it so much that it's sort of running out of shimmer. But it's good, right? Okay, so I'll just run these into the office today when I pick up my kids and just say, have a great spring break. And they'll love that. And there's a little bit of chocolate and it'll be fun, right? So that is my project for today, you guys. I hope you enjoyed seeing this. I'll have a PDF up for you guys along with the PDF for the sticker sheet here. If you're on YouTube, the PDF and for the project with all the measurements and everything, and the PDF for the sticker sheet, the label sheet, will be on my website. So you can just click over and head to my website. And I hope that you guys are having a great day. I hope that you guys get to be crafty this weekend. I would love for you guys to share with me what you're making, what you're creating. I love seeing it. I am planning on spending the rest of the weekend and the rest of the week next week creating, and I'm really excited about that. Okay, so Kathy says, I'm going to make these for my tea drinking friend and her second mom for Mom's Day. Yes, it would be so cute for Mom's Day. Yeah, and you could stick a little tea bag in there as well. That would be so cute to do and fun. So then they could have tea and chocolate, which, right? So perfect. So these were cute, you guys. I liked doing it. And I think now that I have overcome my fear with the gift punch board, I think I'll use it more. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I will catch you next week. We'll be live 3 days next week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you guys. My kids will be home for spring break, but we'll get through it, right? I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.